Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, very good.
Sorry about this. I'm having connectivity issues at corporate office today, so I had to log in through another device.
Oh, okay.
Sanjay, Sanjay, you're on mute.
Yeah. Hello. Yes. Good afternoon, madam. So
Good afternoon.
welcome everybody, and request you to share your thoughts and vision on open innovation and growth. Thank you, madam. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Was that for me, Sanjay?
Yes. We request
Okay.
request you to say a few words on what are your thoughts, vision on
Right.
open innovation.
Sure. So it's not my place to speak on innovation network. That we shall leave Mr. Rajpal to do. Like most things we do today, you run a Google search, right, on whoever you're expected to meet next. And I did the same on Mr. Rajpal this morning. And the first thing I liked is that to hear that he has been part of the journey of a lot of top 500 Fortune 500 market cap companies in India. And I can tell you, Mr. Rajpal, we are in the next 500. So,
Wow.
So I guess it means we are very close to getting into the 500.
Fantastic.
So maybe this is an omen of sorts, which will take us there. Sanjay, on this initiative of yours and of corporate HR, if I can say a few words, it is very, very exciting to have a happiness day on a Friday for me. And at least at my level also inside the organization, you get to a point where you wish you could grab some time to learn something new and do it shamelessly. I was speaking to my husband yesterday and said that I'd like to go back to do an MBA because there are so many new things. And he said, why don't you do it? Take a sabbatical. And I said, how would it look if the MD of a company came to do an MBA again? He said, why do you think so much? Just do it. And so this is I'm glad we are all having this learning opportunity. I'm glad we are having this opportunity to learn on a Friday afternoon. By this time, we are expected to start letting go of our work stresses and to look forward more openly to the weekend. And this week was special in a manner. It had a midweek break as well. So we are half in weekend mode as it is. Really look forward to today, Mr. Rajpal. Thank you so much, Sanjay, for this opportunity.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Yes. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much. I welcome everybody today to this session. I hope that I will be able to provide you some valuable thoughts for shaping the new future of the organization, because that is what my forte is. Yes, Sanjay, if you want to say something.
Then, no, you sir, please carry on.
Okay. So I hope my screen is visible to all, and you can see the presentation. Just 1 second.
Yes.
Just one. So I will start the presentation that I have for you today. And if you have any questions, or if you have any kind of comments or any doubts or apprehensions, please keep a diary or note it down, and we will have a session where we can take everybody's ideas and thoughts after the session is over, so that it does not interrupt in between the whole flow that I've created for you, and I'm able to pass on the ideas to you in the short possible time that I have today. So in the best interest of time, I would request everyone to please kindly note down or jot down the points that they have, and we can definitely take it up. We have a session for about 15-20 minutes after this where we can talk to people. Now, about the World Innovation Network, the WIN platform that we have, it is, I hope I'm audible and my screen is clear. Sanjay, in case it is not, please tell me so that I can immediately correct.
Yeah, it is very clear, sir.
Very good. And so basically, we are for transforming the organizations, for creating their new future. and taking them towards the high growth journey. And we provide digital tools, technology intelligence, which is very important today. Without technology, I think no business can leap or can take a quantum leap today. And we also provide strategic collaborative platforms, which are going to be extremely important for the organization. And the most important thing that we are on a journey of evolution, actually, if you see. And while we have seen the smartphone getting transformed into a shopping mall, a navigator for you when you're driving, a wallet, a bank, a doctor today. So we have transformed the smartphone into a mobile incubator. I mean, why should there be an incubator, a physical space? I mean, physical spaces are getting evaporated. Universities are online today. So why the banks are online today? So why can't we have the incubator and the accelerator, on the smartphones? So that is what is my vision. And by that vision, I really want to make everybody very innovative, and this kind of mass movement of innovation and entrepreneurship or startups, that India is looking forward to. I don't think 500 incubators in the country are enough to meet the requirements of 1400 million people. It's just a comparison between India and China. China has got, I think, about 12,000 incubators, which help and which has actually helped them to create 30 million startups, which has helped them to create 15 lakh patents. I think everybody is innovating today. And I think that's what innovation should be. It should not be confined to only the R&D departments. I think the whole culture of innovation should be there, like the big pervasive Q and the quality movement. It should be the big pervasive I. So in order to convert your smartphone or a PC into an incubator and accelerator, we provide some very important tools. And these tools, they trigger creative thought processes. For example, innovation rubrics. We have the guided mind maps. So these mind maps, they give you ideas. As you proceed at every level, at every step, they provide you a systematic approach. So innovation or creation of a new venture, which used to be a very haphazard, a very disorganized space, becomes very organized because you keep on getting the directions from these mind maps. And they don't tax your brain. They provide you with the right directions. And I believe that is very, very important today, whether it is academia or whether it is corporate or whether new joinees or 6,000 people that your company has today. I think innovation has to move out of R&D and be spread across the organization, because ideas, they can come from anywhere. And our specialization lies today in democratizing that culture of innovation in a big way. How do you become agile and nimble? And very, very, I would say, how can you morph the requirements of the market and immediately come up with the solutions? But one of the largest achievements I can say, for which I really take, I really want to, I'm very happy about this achievement, I can say, is the creation of the World Innovation Network platform. Now, this World Innovation Network is basically connecting the entire innovation and the startup ecosystem together, which has been completely missing. India remains the only country, a growing, very, very fast growing country in the world, where the connection between the innovation seekers and the innovation providers is not there. So the World Innovation Network connects the government, the companies like your organization, the R&D centers, the VCs, different countries with universities, startup ecosystem, technology providers, professionals, and students. Because collaboration and strategic alliances and open innovation is going to be the future, because the world is really shrinking. The world has already shrunk. It's become a very tiny village because of the digital transformation, and especially in the last 2 years, which has pushed us, I would say, into the digital future by at least about 5 to 7 years. And that is a very important development which has happened. So this cloud platform, it provides you the connections with all the stakeholders. And it is very important for the companies to become open too, because your own organization is a very finite place to develop ideas or to generate ideas. Most of the ideas today are coming from the startup ecosystem. So the problem with the startup ecosystem is that their inability to scale. So they have great ideas, they have disruptive ideas, they have passion, they have energy. So what they don't have is the management experience that your organization has, the talent pool that your company has, the funding muscle, the networks that you have to scale them up. And I think, and that to me, whether it is a startup or a innovator, or whether he's a technopreneur or a technology provider, a very important part of the whole journey that our company might miss it. Because today, the battle out there in the marketplace is not on whether you are innovating or not. The battle is on the speed of innovation. So it's not a marathon, it's a sprint. And you know that because of this open innovation, how Samsung, with very, very limited, I would say, innovation competency at that point of time, moved to Silicon Valley, they partnered with Google, and the world leader Nokia was thrown out of business. This is the power of open innovation. So we thought, why not provide the Silicon Valley to the people on the smartphone itself, so that whatever they want, they can be connected. So this is a very important part of the ecosystem that we have. So our role today is to empower the minds with these digital tools for developing strategic thought leaders for breakthrough innovations in future. Develop agile, nimble, and open innovation culture with digital empowerment of the workforce. So everybody can have this. Reduce the innovation cycle time, the research time, the L&D expenditure, risks, failures, investments, with the collaborative approach. Because this is very important if you have to grow at a fast pace. So the Win Cloud connects you with the complete startup ecosystem, the technology providers, the corporate venturing companies who have really mushroomed in the past like anything, corporate accelerators, open innovation platforms of the MNCs for collaborative growth, and enable the organizations in maximizing their portfolios and develop new markets, resolve new challenges at a very fast pace. So this is the advantage of the Win platform that we have. Of course, the customers that we have, we'll talk later about them. One of the latest customers that we got was the National Petroleum Company or Corporation of Africa, whom we are transforming into an open innovation organization, and they have already subscribed to these tools, many of the companies. So that's the kind of role that we play today. In the next about 45 minutes or so, I'll try to take you to the tools and the World Innovation Network platform so that you can get an even better idea on how the whole thing works. So when you see the whole platform of World Innovation Network, it is here on your screen. So in the first section you have all the tools, and so we talk about, first of all, the tools, how you can download them. These tools are available in the form of, as I said, the guided mind maps. So typically you will find that the mind maps have to be created, but these templates are the result of the last about 10 to 20 years of my experience 10 years in innovation and 10 years in quality, to provide you with the mind maps that give you ideas. Because if I tell, whenever I went to the organization and gave the blank chart of mind maps to them, people were struggling, I found, and a tremendous amount of time, had gone in coming out with the novel ideas. So we created a structure for that. So if you have anything starts from a problem, right, or a need of an industry today. So this is a sample of the mind map for resolving an industry challenge or any challenge that you face, that you want to resolve. But before that, how do we find out as to what are the needs of various organizations, and where should we actually go for resolving those challenges? So this has got, this chain over here tells you that there's another mind map over here. If you click on this, you straight away come to the needs of various MNC organizations in various sectors. So be it FMCG or automotive or pharma, and you see how these accelerators, they are mentioning their needs for which they need the collaboration with the open world today. So on your screen, you are able to see the accelerators by the pharma companies. So the open innovation platform, which every company has developed today, every multinational has developed today. And I thought, because I also went through your website, and I think one of the very important needs for Indoco would be actually to become open, like the way we have opened Aditya Birla Group, the way we have opened Tata Motors. How is it that you can actually exploit the ecosystem which exists today? So one click and you are inside the requirements of Sanofi in the healthcare from their open innovation portal. And they ask whether you have a disruptive healthcare solution. You can check the needs of the company, and there is a platform for you to submit the ideas. But what are the needs of Sanofi? And how is it that they go about the entire procedure? Organizations are spending a lot of time on the external innovations today. So much so that they have a chief external innovation officer. They have the chief innovation external innovation strategist. And so you see the kind of requirements that they have on various platforms today. And if you want to understand more, you can go and see their needs more, and you want to understand more about sustainable packaging requirements that they have. More ideas are, more challenges and more details about the ideas are given over here. So it is very important that, so how they are connecting with the outside world and seeking the ideas from the people. So it's not just, this organization, but also the other companies, for example, let me go through that link pharma. Yeah, the pharma needs. So here we have not just one company. So you can go to the portal of Abort to find out as to what they seek today. You can go to Johnson & Johnson and figure out their requirements. Innovate with Philips. This is another very wonderful platform that this company has created. And you can browse all the challenges. You can see your dashboard once you're logged in, and you can post your innovations. So if I want to see the challenges that Philips has posted today on personal health and open health challenges, on the systems, on precision diagnostics, on the appliances, on grooming, and you can actually go and see more details and access the challenge, submit the ideas that you have. So this is what is a platform that Philips has created today. So very, very important, for you to see the kind of challenges which most of these companies are posting today. A fantastic accelerator by Johnson & Johnson, and the way they are collaborating with the outside world in the areas of pharmaceuticals, in the areas of medical devices. And I think partnering is extremely important. And this whole process, actually was started by Procter and Gamble. And they called their innovation journey as not as R&D, but they called it as a C&D journey, the connect and develop journey. And so you can read more about the requirements that they have on the platform which they have provided to you. Collaborate with the technology providers and everybody. So in fact, since I talked about Procter and Gamble, I must show you the FMCG needs and the overall ecosystem that Procter and Gamble has created today. But have a look at the accelerators by the FMCG companies today. So you have P&G, you have Unilever, you have Nestle, you have Coca-Cola, you have Pepsi, you have L'Oreal, you have Estee Lauder, Sephora. There's no company which is today only dependent on the ideas which are only internal. So if you look at the Procter and Gamble platform, and this is what I was telling you, that they call themselves Connect and Develop, which is substituted actually for the word research and develop, because they believe that if they can simply harness the growth, from the external platform, that is going to be much faster. They will reduce the dependence on extending tremendous amount of R&D, manpower, outlays, failures, everything, and partnering for mutual value. So how do I connect with this organization? The moment I click, I'm inside. So I don't need any kind of an industry academia director to connect me to that organization anymore. And so what is P&G looking for? If you see the current needs, and they say this is what open innovation is in action. One of the pioneers, I would say, a company which got in this culture of open innovation. And so they say that, we are seeking partnership solutions in many of the business areas, and we invite you to explore these areas and browse the needs and submit your ideas. So they need ideas in Life Lab, in oral, personal, and family care innovations. How diapers created a billion-dollar industry. Beauty and grooming innovations. And if you want to see more, I mean, the list is very big. But if you want to further look into the oral, personal, and family care innovations, they say we have 16 needs. And they're looking for something in the area of sleep technologies. So they don't confine them only to technology providers. They even partner with many companies. So if any one of you over here can give them an idea, and see as to how you can collaborate with them, diagnostic technologies for the oral care, novel cleaning agents. I mean, there are many areas that they've come out with. Being an FMCG company is moving into the health is a diversification that they have done now because of the ongoing health challenges which are going on. This is how the companies, they create the new future for understanding the requirements of the organization. So this mind map, which you see here, enables you to figure out the needs of the entire industry. As I click back, I'm back again on the mind map. And then, the various kinds of thought processes which are required to resolve the challenges are given, so that even a layman, even a newcomer, even a fresher in the organization, becomes innovative and starts submitting the ideas for promoting the culture of innovation. Now, how can you resolve this? Number one is with the analytical thinking. So 9 kinds of thinking are given over here. So what, every step, the person is able to write his own ideas. I would request you to please mute everybody so that no one is disturbed. Please mute yourself. So, and then why there is a problem? Where exactly is the problem happening? When is it happening? Who are the people who are affected and facing this problem? How to resolve? So, the inability of a premature child to take the mother's milk resulted in Dr. Henry Nestle in creating the artificial milk, and the rest is a history. Nestle is the world's largest food company today because they look into the problem. And how do you resolve it? So if I click on this chain, you need cognitive flexibility. So the creative thinking, and we've also created a cube over here, a Rubik's cube, which enables you to create new permutations and the combinations of the words, which enables you to create many more new products. You can see it in any direction that you want to. Shuffle it, vertically, shuffle it horizontally, and come up with some new ideas of innovation that you've never thought before. And you can always shuffle the cube, for a 20 times of random shuffling, because unless you have chaos, you cannot have the order. The problem is that most of us are trained on this aspect of the linear thinking. So how is it that you look into this cube and come out with, something which is an all-in-one solution on the smart health, or a new technology which can be applied therein. So the idea is to provide people with relevant tools and to take them to the level of imagination, which is free thinking without the bonds, to the 5 levels of creative thinking, so they can start with imitation. But then the variation, combination, transformation, the whole taxonomy of creative thinking is given here. The divergent thinking. So if they have any idea, in how many ways can you achieve the results, right? And how can you convert? So even a layman who does not have any idea on an innovative platform today, he understands the meaning of iterations. So many a times innovations have happened because of chance experiments, because they have at least attempted in doing something. The trial and errors, accidental discoveries, and serendipity, which unfortunately is not happening because there are no chance experiments. People are afraid of failures. So you can go back on the next level of thinking, which is so important, which is unconventional thinking. As you click this, you will find that how is it that you inspire a person to be different, to challenge the assumptions which are underlying the process. How can you break the standard rules? So these aspects, they can simply go and click here and say there could be a better method of doing it, and this is what is my different approach to it. And it's a very good record, because everybody who submits ideas, you can see how their idea actually evolved. What did they do on a platform, or is it simply just an idea? So a lot of unnecessary ideas will not come to you, because another problem that I faced whenever the company started their idea portal, it was very difficult to evaluate those ideas. It was very difficult to screen those ideas. And the quantity of ideas and the quality of idea, there is a great difference. So you are looking for a qualitative idea today in your organization. You need to provide such platforms to people. So how can we resolve this challenge with the design thinking? So Panasonic, I saw the other day, they created a bed which converts into a wheelchair. So because it is very difficult for a person with the wheelchair to get lifted from there and be put on the bed. So they applied the idea of the combination thinking, of combining a wheelchair along with the bed. There could be many more such design thinking ideas. Completely reverse, eliminate or divide or substitute. So these are very important, at least from the point of view of developing a culture in the organization. The technology thinking. I think technology has become a vehicle to resolve the challenges. More than technology development, I see technology as a very important method of resolving the challenges which are available to us today. So can this be resolved with the cloud platform, or the AI platform, or drones, or robotics? So you can see, how Zipline in Africa is being used for the purpose of delivering the medical essentials and the vaccinations to people over there. So the whole idea is, how is it that this platform enables them to create something which is genuinely innovative, in the sense that it is faster, better, simpler, cheaper, greener, smarter, or lighter? And connectivity with the sustainable development goals. One click and you are on the SDGs, and see how is it that you can get the priority from the United Nations, and for funding for many other investments and so on. So by the time you are out from here, you have a completely new solution that can redefine the industry. So this platform actually facilitates the creation of some very novel solutions to the problems which the world is facing today. So this is one of the mind maps that I have shown you. Similarly, there are many other mind maps. Many of the companies today are seeking breakthrough ideas. But is there a platform? Can companies convert their innovations into the breakthroughs? But what is exactly a breakthrough innovation? So the unmet customer needs segment is very important. What are the new developments, the demographics, areas which are ignored by the competition? How can we anticipate the weak signals? So whatever weak signal you are seeing today, I think health is going to be a major challenge. Physical access, travel, etc., going to be a major challenge. the wellness is going to be a major challenge. So whatever your foresight is, how is it that your company can bring in new values which will exceed the industry norms? Nobody has done that. So if the battery life of my present laptop is 3 hours, can I make it 6, 12, 18? That's going to be a breakthrough. And the new values, I mean, how do I reduce the price below the industry norms? Challenging conventions, convergence, not only creative destruction, but also, disruptions in the areas of price, technology, and designs, so that, we can create something which is profound and game changer. But if you have to provide this level of knowledge to people, through various lectures every day like this, would be very difficult. But these tools, because the millennials today, they love to work on the apps. The next generation does not like to read. They don't like to write, but you give them the tools like this and they're very fast. And they're very fast in generating them into some real outputs. So understanding the trends, and that is why, we even created this rubrics, which is basically nothing but gamification of ideation. How do you hook people to the process of the ideation is and this is just one example. There are 12 such cubes that we have. So they can play with the materials, the chemicals cubes, the technology cube, and then, the artificial intelligence cube, industry 4 cube, and so on. So they are never short of ideas, and, they even connect one cube with the other. So the gamification part is extremely important, and this reduces the time and creates more emotion, more, enthusiasm towards the whole innovation initiatives that you want to drive today. So that is the purpose. So, this folding word which you see in the red color at the end, is what Panasonic actually did, and they attached that chair, to the bed. So these two ideas that you see were so important. So every idea, which you see over here can be converted into a new innovation. That's basically precisely, what we do. A very important part that we find that many of the good organizations also miss on is basically the business model. Can I request to mute? Everybody, please mute yourself if you're unmuted. So the business model innovations, while they have a breakthrough, but they really don't know how to create a business model and the differentiation from the other people who are providing such solutions. I've muted everybody. So the differentiation, the greater value. Tata Nano car was brilliant when it came to cost leadership and differentiation. But where they missed was the focus. They went to the tier 1 cities, and by the time they started exchanging it with the bikes and the cycles in the tier 3 cities, it was too late because every big company was making a small car. So I think people are very good when it comes to innovations. When it comes to commercializations, you need some good business models, because unless you have that. So technopreneurs, they have very good technology minds, but creating a commercial sense, will create the need for such ideation processes, which will provide them with strategic alliances, technology alliances, many other alliances which are so important. It could be the brand collaborations. And a very important example over here that I want to give you, which is very good, is that Toyota and Maruti are, traditionally competitors. But the CEO of Toyota said that the Corolla car will be available in the Nexa showroom. So that shows how even the competition is partnering today. So there is nothing called a competition actually. How is it that you leverage from the strengths of each other has become a very important thing. So these mind maps, of scaling up your company, you can see as to what are the new markets. that
Sanjay,
you
on
want.
mute, please.
So how is it that you can actually create your growth, a faster growth, the new markets which are unserved, the new customer segments that you have never entered into, right? The new directions. So what are those new directions that we need to look into? At every stage, these mind maps are providing guidelines to your strategic teams, the high growth potential future, for example, right? Digitization is very important. The technology in the healthcare, the emerging technology trends. So what could be the new strategies? What are the new areas of innovation that we have to be into? Each and every, pointer over here suggests a new thought process. And it is very simple. I'm not saying it is fixed. So if you have a new idea, simply click over here and topic number 7 comes in. So if you want another idea, you can add topic number 8 over here. So it's not a rigid sort of a slate which is given to you. It's a canvas which tells you to expand the ideas. But we have given you the directions on the basis of which we have created innovation-driven growth for many companies. And that service has been now productized. What you're seeing today is the filtered intelligence of last so many years in the form of the product which can be given to many people. And this creates growth. And a very important thing that I want to tell you here is that many a times we are, concentrating innovation only on one type of innovation. But if you see, your organization today is ready for 10 types of innovation. So what are those 10 types of innovation, and in which area we should actually create our innovation journey is equally important. The first thing is the configuration. That is a very important part of the journey. So what kind of a profit model innovation you want to create, of what you offer, what you want to charge, how you realize revenues, the structure, the networking innovation, many of the companies today are missing. And that was a very important part that I wanted to bring over here. How can you leverage the new technologies? So it's the outside in perspective, which is very important, and not just inside in. Leveraging various channels for growth, the product performance, for example, what is it that we want to create in our new products that we are going to be creating? So how will we create new offerings? So what will be the distinguished functionality or value or quality or competitive advantages? The whole product system. I think as you expand, and the services part is equally becoming important with the products today. So services which enhance value, utility, which can fix the problems quickly, increase experiences. That is going to be a very important part of the journey, and we cannot forget the experience part, because this is what the new customers are looking for. The experience of buying, the innovative stores, branding, etc. The engagement that they have. So these 10 levels of 10 types of innovation are going to be very important. The mind map, which I thought was very important, because we provide hundreds of mind maps, and one of that we provide is also the mind map on the health tech, on every technology. So what could be the future of your organization? Technologies are going to be very important, and you can expand these mind maps. So what will be the role of AI, let's say, in the health tech in the future? So many of these newcomers, many of these people who are joining fresh from the colleges, their thought processes are very different. So they can be provided these kind of mind maps, so how AI and predictive analytics is, connected today. The preventive drugs are going to be, preventive medicines are going to be very important, because that's what the focus of healthcare in the future is going to be, how we can create that. So every area that you have over here, so technologists or people with technical minds or robotic ideas, the use of the robotics in the technology business. But very interestingly, I found that, the way the drones are being used to gather information and supplying of the life-saving drugs, in the case of disaster management, delivering essentials in the case of emergency, drone ambulances. So, delivery of vaccines in the remote areas. So there are all these technologies. As you click them, you can see that you can expand those ideas and see the let's say the AR VR, how it is being used today in the whole industry, IoT, a great use of 3D printing in the whole medical business today. The way it is disrupting the industry can be the ideas that many of you, I mean, there are a lot of 3D printing going on with and PPE kits are being created with that, the orthopedic implants and prosthetics. But a very important part of this entire thing is the connectivity that you have on the World Innovation Network platform. So if you want to go there and see the smart health on the World Innovation Network, simply click here, and it takes you to the World Innovation Network platform, where we are, updating you with the latest developments which are going on in the field of the smart healthcare today. So these channels, in the best interest of time, I'm not showing the videos to you, but how the bionic prosthetics are changing and how they are being created, etc. You can see the videos. That is very important. But even more important is the smart health solution providers. So who are these solution providers? And the connectivity, as I said today, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. So many of these companies today are looking for, they have got some new technologies with them, which can be very, very helpful for you to get the outside in perspective. And even more important than that, the smart health startups. So the entire ecosystem is there, so there are so many startups all around the world. And if you see the entire startup ecosystem, which is there in front of you today, you can actually think of partnering and scaling them up, finding, where exactly you want to, let us say in India, if you want to see, just write the word India here or go on the map and see the startups that you will be finding here. Let me click on this. Yeah, so it is. Yeah. So as you click here, they give you the listings of the various startups, which have been created in India, which are looking actually for the scale-ups, and which could be a great opportunity for you to partner and collaborate. So the entire system that you have is a integrated sort of a system which gives you enough of inputs and a lot of new ideas to move into the next level as far as the organizations are concerned. Well, I think this is what I had prepared for you today, and this has given you some good inputs on the thought processes that we have. And if now, in case any one of you has got any questions, I think we can have in the next about 10 to 15 minutes, and you can unmute yourself and let me know if there are any questions that you want to ask. Just 1 second. Yeah.
Yeah, so first one from my side, Mr. Rajpal, Aditi here.
Yeah.
I wanted to understand if this platform is live, as in how do you update this? Because
yeah. So basically, it's a subscription model that we have.
Okay.
So this World Innovation Network that you see on your screen has got 5,400 links, and all the tools that we have, it can be downloaded from here. It's a live, we provide you with the access of this, and then you can basically, go on this platform and see the various things, which is very important. Now,
okay,
there are various sections over here, technologies and applications and providers, for example. So if you want to look into drone solution providers for healthcare industry today or for your organization, all the solution providers, for example, how do you collaborate with Zipline? How do you collaborate with Village Reach? We don't have to create a drone. I think innovation to me is only trying to find the technology.
Who has it? Who
Yeah.
has it? Yeah.
Yeah, technology and applying it to the markets.
Yeah, my question was
Yeah.
more very simple question was, how do you, I mean, you as in the people you are creating
Yeah.
this platform,
Yeah.
how do you update this, and how
It's
do the people approach you for listing on this? How does it work?
See, basically, when we are helping the companies for open innovation, we list them out over here. Right?
Okay.
So all the companies, who want to help, who subscribe to this, they automatically come on the platform. But
Right.
we keep on updating various technologies, For example, when I was, on this drones or the drone solution providers, and I wanted to inform you about that today. It's a regular updation. So the date you see here is 28th of January. Right. So it's a regular updation which happens. And the whole platform that we have here, for example, the entire accelerators today by the pharma companies and all, this is regularly updated by us by the research. So we keep on doing the research to find out which are the latest technologies and who are the companies, who are the corporate venture companies in the who are actually investing in the future startups. All this is a part of the research that we have. So we have a research team which works on this.
Okay. That helps.
Yeah.
So just Mr. Rajpal, Pramod here.
Yeah.
Thank you for wonderful information. So just an additional question, what Aditi ma'am mentioned. So once you take a subscription, all the mind maps which you explained or you demonstrated one or two, will be open for the subscriber?
Yeah. See, basically, the whole system, I mean, not only one idea generator, but you can see that, there are 12 idea generators that you get. That is one. And then there are hundreds of mind maps. I think that is very important. So whether on your smartphones or, through the Google Drive, you can download all these mind maps, which you want today. So right from the human-centered design to problem resolution to evaluating future opportunities, this is the list of all the mind maps that we have, which people can download on their smartphones, they can download on their computers. And, so anything that they want to, work on, if they want to work on, let us say AR, VR or drone technology, they can simply go and click over here and just download. I mean, it is as simple as that. So, just download button is here. So it comes within a few seconds on your screen, wherever you are. So the entire thing is on a cloud platform. And so I have this, I can open this and I can start working on the areas of the AR and VR and its applications in the healthcare industry, and many more such ideas, that I may be actually I can fold all these ideas and work on. So it is available, and everybody can download these tools from wherever they are, for business functions or technology applications, for breakthrough growth. All these mind maps are on the cloud.
Thank you.
Yeah, Prince, Sanjay.
So this.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so the subscription will be the user-based subscription. It's an annual subscription, SaaS model.
Yeah. It is basically the depends on the number of users who are going to be using this, and the higher the number, the lesser is the price, because you get very good discounts as the numbers they go up. So that is the subscription model that we have, and the good thing is that we do not charge the every year for this. Because the best part is that, this is a one-time subscription that you pay and you use it for the lifetime. So you actually enhance your innovation, library or your innovation competencies, your innovation intelligence, and provide it to the people. They can take it from the local area network or the WAN systems, or even it is given to them on their smartphones. That's not a problem.
Okay, so if this is your live tool, then can we search immediately here for a healthcare predictive analysis tools for healthcare industry?
Yeah, you can go to the, the search over there, and then for example, the world's top artificial
Can you just
intelligence.
search it over here, predictive analysis?
Yeah, let us say the top, AI solution providers, right? So we have given, there's a specific channel, which is given over here. And you can actually see, for example, the AI for drug discovery, how it can be better, right? And so you can click on this and see, it is the title itself says that, and you can explore more as to, how it is happening. So the entire thing is very well structured. So if you're looking for, let us say, AR, VR in health, there is a separate channel for that. So let me also take you there. So every technology and how it is going to be helpful. For example, AR, VR in healthcare. How the AR, VR in healthcare is being used. Every technology has been given a channel, and it has got a dedicated place. The 3D printing technology, for example, and if you want to enter into this area. But very important is the research as to who are the people who are the solution providers, in this area. So this research reduces your innovation cycle time drastically.
Very interesting. I saw nanotechnology there somewhere.
Everything sensor
Yeah.
solution, so medical sensors and the sensor solution providers, the world's best companies, today who are making these sensors, are available. The TE connectivity, for example, right? They're making many medical sensors. There are many other sensors which Panasonic is making, which could be of use to you. So my point is that today, I think if we simply know the kind of solutions which exist today, right? And how we can actually create an application of that. So if you see sensor technology here, and how the project solely actually works, where the finger application, how this can be used in the healthcare.
And I work for Advanced Technology and Projects Group at Google. The hand is ultimately
so
the possibilities of
the possibilities
finesse of human actions, the finesse of using our hand, but applied to the virtual world.
So to create the new applications, you need to, first of all, trigger the imagination of people. The problem is that, many a times, we miss, and we are not able to create new applications of the technologies. And many a times you will find that technology applications of a different discipline are being, applied in a different industry today. So there are many areas in the field of the automotive technology today which can be actually applied in the healthcare and vice versa. So the whole platform that you have over here, which provides you with latest technologies, their applications, the drone solution providers, the applications of the drone technologies, the way it is being used, the drone ambulances, so on and so forth. I think that is very important.
Sir, good afternoon. I have a question. I'm from R&D.
Yeah.
Basically, whatever the presentation which you gave is more helpful with respect to the medical devices. So could you elaborate more, like in case of pharma, like wherein we are in a different category or therapeutic categories, like we have like anti-diabetic or narcotic or different category, anti-hypertensive.
Yeah.
So when we have this digitalized technology, like wherein we are getting the feedback from the patient, but how this innovation or how this would help more with respect to company which are more with respect to the pharma care, and they have a defined therapeutic category, because
Very
different
good
pharma industries, they will have different.
I know. Very good question. Initially, I never came to the health tech. Health tech was my last mind map. So all these problems, all this that you have seen initially, does not pertain to the medical devices. You are trying to resolve the need of the whole world today, and they are not necessarily talking about the devices. They're talking about various challenges in the pharmaceutical industry. So you can look into that. And even if you don't look into that, there could be many other challenges that you want to resolve. So all these mind maps that you have seen today, which, right from this breakthrough innovations, right, to anticipating the trend. For example, the trend is becoming more on the preventive healthcare today. So what is it that you're doing in that regard? So I am not saying that this is only for the purpose of the medical devices. No, no, no. That's not the case. Or whether it is a new business model that you want to create, it has got nothing to do with the kind of the business that you're doing. Right. So the idea is to provide you with the platform so that people can look into the things and resolve. I think this is a very important area which you need to look into. And when I connected you with the global needs of the MNC organization today, it was only to provide you with the knowledge of the platform as to how the people all over the world today are moving and what are their open innovation requirements. For example, abort, right? So what kind of new medicines and the drug and the formulations, and what are the areas in which they are looking for the solutions? This is
so it's like an indirect
Yeah.
direction showing for business development kind
Correct.
of.
Correct. So it tells you the future where exactly and where this company wants to move into. So tomorrow, if you want to look into any one of these directions, whether it is gastroenterology or whether it is women's health, formulations and drugs for that, or cardiometabolic, respiratory, whatever, you can actually, at least you can get your right direction. So that is the whole purpose of providing with this kind of a platform and connecting you with the whole platform of solution providers and the whole tech industry, the entire startup ecosystem, which is very important. So that you can connect and collaborate and move in a much faster way rather than only being an inside of it.
This is Maranam. I have one question. On the now, this is in a archival of all the technologies information purpose. If you want to use this one, how is that patenting or patent holder? How this is going to be interacted, or as to how it is going to be there for the user?
Yeah.
If I want to use some technology of that one which is already patent, or if you want to know that, how we know that one, connect that one with the patent, because that's the one of the areas where we have been very interested to know about that one.
Yeah, see, basically, whenever the companies are collaborating with each other, the patents are very well protected. Their interests are protected. So you obviously will be having the patent before you actually sign off any legal document with an organization for the collaboration. The whole world has moved to the open innovation program because they protect themselves with the patents and the proper legal documents. So I don't think that should be really a big area of challenge. And you obviously are not sharing any of the idea till you have at least filed a provisional patent. So most of the companies and most of the students that the academia is working on today with them is after filing the provisional patents. So and taking care of the proper legal documentation. Because there are heavy penalties, there are heavy charges for any company which tries to do anything which is not according to the legal procedures. And they don't want to, these big they don't want to land into any kind of a trouble.
Yeah. So that's the whenever we new drug or something comes up, there is an exclusivity will be there for a certain period and to certain geography also.
Yeah.
So in that context, maybe of the whatever the innovation they have done, it will be primarily charged and it will be shared with the other people with the common interest.
Absolutely. See, this is what happened when Oxford created that, and how AstraZeneca, and Serum Institute of India actually, they partnered. So it is the whole world is moving on an open innovation journey today. So whether it is any organization today, they are on a journey of their open innovations. And a very interesting part which I wanted to mention to. So this intelligence that you're providing to all your people, in anticipating the trends, in having the weak signals and what their foresights are, the strong signal to create new breakthrough innovations, does not necessarily pertain to medical devices. This applies to anything and everything.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Praveen sir, this is Sanjay here.
Yeah.
So this is a terrific presentation in terms of concept, process, and the tools that we require to set up the innovation ecosystem. So this is really great. I mean, how you can help us building innovative leaders within Indoco Remedies?
Yes. See, I believe that, as you aspire to be a Fortune 500 company, and take your company to the next level, it is very important for us to also move into the strategic futures. It's not necessarily about the pharmaceutical. I'm saying that when I was invited to ITC, I had asked them a very, very important question as to what will you do if people quit smoking, and they had no answers. And that was basically a thought process, and I told them that move into the areas of food security. And ITC became, from there they started venturing into many other businesses, resulting them to become FMCG. I believe that you may be traditionally in an area in the pharmaceutical businesses today, but the new futures are equally important. Sanjay, if you read the book of Govindarajan, from the Tuck School, Vijay Govindarajan, he says companies are very good, but the point is that most of them are either in the past or in the present. They are not in the future box. So that is why this last mind map that I had shown over here regarding this health tech, and the transformation that many of the organizations are doing today. Even the traditional companies are moving into these areas. Maybe it will sow some very important seeds in the times to come. So we can open up a whole new culture where it is not only confined to the R&D, but the whole organization, where they can use these mind maps to develop some breakthrough innovations, which is very important, because quality of innovation is very important today. So we can provide you with the entire, all the World Innovation Network platform, and we can discuss how everybody can access on their computers, on their laptops, on their smartphones and everything, and also train the trainers, people who will be actually responsible for delivering this training in a separate session, to build your innovation competencies and take the company to the next level. So that is what we do. We provide all these tools, and we also transform them into the open innovation organization. Now, I'll tell you, for example, let me show you that the African Petroleum Company. So we are basically helping them in creating an open innovation site. So what the site will look like, it will have all the challenges: upstream, downstream, gas and power, refining challenges, and renewable energy. Research partnership with the universities. This is the format of the website which we have suggested to them, and they're working on this. Partnership with the startups. They must make it attractive for the startups to collaborate with them, because they have a problem of a scale up. And then we told them, come out of your traditional petroleum business, but move into electric mobility, the renewables, energy storage, charging systems, drone inspections, and partner with the technology providers who are in the areas of artificial intelligence. And they love this model. How you could actually be moving into the areas of advanced materials with nanotechnology. At least the technology, you cannot develop those technologies in-house, but at least you will permit the people who are developing these technologies to partner with you. So this is our model that we have shown to which we are working on with NNPC. We will help you to become one of the open innovation organizations, pharmaceutical companies, because I find that most of the pharma companies in India are closed. That could probably be a big factor for you to overtake the other pharmaceutical companies. You have to have innovative strategies. And to me, this the whole collaborative ecosystem, without being the part of this, we cannot achieve great growth journey, because we will not be having internal ideas which will be as strong as the external ideas.
Sir, one more question. Now we are a 74-year-old organization,
Yeah.
And this is 75th year.
Yeah.
Now, 75 years so far, Indoco has been, achieved so far. Now, I would like to ask you from the innovation perspective, how our next 75 years should look like?
See, very important question, Sanjay. And I am telling you that the future of the healthcare today is going to be not only focused on curing the diseases, but also in the areas of prevention. And the technologies are going to play a very important role. And that is why, I said that maybe you pick up, few of the areas, strategic areas that you want to go into. For example, the healthcare technologies, what are the areas that you want to adopt today? But the whole idea is that the digital transformation and the healthcare moving into the segment of prevention and the collaboration with all this ecosystem will be very important. So I believe that the future that you're going to be creating will be interwoven with the technology. And I think there should be a a digital health or the health tech program, which can be started into where new seeds, because the next, as you said, next 10 years, next 15 years, 20 years, the new seeds can be sown and we can progress on those lines. Because many of the solutions today, there are many challenges today. That is the best way to resolve the challenge. So we have to move towards simply being only a pharma or a drug delivery company, medicines, to many of the areas to resolve the challenges.
I think that is really very interesting, because there are a lot of companies like us who have had this cycle of incremental improvement, if I can say that.
Right.
But the world today is into huge disruption. So that may not help. So disruptive innovation is going to be required going forward.
You could be probably one of the first companies in India for a drone ambulance. What stops you?
Correct.
You could.
The kind of sort of definition of scope, everything has to be tossed out of the window if you want to think very openly in an open manner.
Very true. Very true. You could be one of the first, in the areas of future vaccinations or, let us say information or life-saving drugs for disaster management. These are so many common problems. I mean, India is such a big country.
Right.
And there are so many solutions that we need today. Villages were completely ignored. So I think there are many areas that you can pick up from here and say that, this is what that is something that, you want to move into. We cannot have a manufacturing plant, let us say, in a village today for a medicine, but there are certain medicines, which actually can be 3D printed, and what are those medicines and how you can provide those facilities to the people. So
true.
I'm saying technology is a solution provider. We don't have to develop technologies. We have to use technologies for creating solutions. And the solution providers who are here, on this platform, they can actually help you. And so you don't have to reinvent the wheel, as I said. You have to simply have a partnership with them and offer them some kind of a win-win sort of a business model where they are the technology providers and you provide them with the market.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, do you see the possibility that world will become disease-free and will be thrown out of the business of medicine? Do you think that there is a possibility?
You see, the last 3 years has not been like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and as long as a man lives, the health will always be a challenge, because man is not born immortal. You are mortal here, and your time here is limited. So how can you enhance your experience of a good time on this planet, as long as you are living? So even if you become disease free, there would be certain other areas, as I said.
Yes, human beings are highly aspirational, Sanjay.
Yeah.
Your cosmetology and the entire side of the quality of life. People are going, they just keep wanting more. So
That
there's
is
no
why I
end to that.
said, when I got you on this breakthrough innovation, I told you what are the trends that you want to anticipate. See, Toyota about 20 years ago, they anticipated the oil crisis and came out with Prius, which is basically the hybrid of the electric and the gasoline and the best car on the planet. How is it that you predict these weak signals, or what is your foresight? And as Madam said very rightly, the cosmetic surgeries, for example, because at 75 years, Rekha wants to look young today.
No, I mean, if you look at our own areas of business, this is for the entire team.
Yeah.
Areas like derma for cosmetic dermatology, cosmetology, as they call it, or vitamins, minerals, nutraceuticals as supplements for anti-aging.
Right.
These did not exist 2 decades ago.
Not at all. Not at all. The smartwatch that you are putting on today, which can actually detect your ECG and tell you what is the condition of your heart, are the new areas. The whole focus will be on prevention. I'm telling you, people would, even if they stop the medicines, they will ensure that they don't have a disease in future.
At the same time, antidiarrheals have gone.
Yeah.
With hygiene. So something comes in and something goes out. There's nothing like there's nowhere to go.
So this kind of an intelligence, with technology intelligence and the business intelligence, continuously, inspires people to come out with the new solutions. So you have to, come out with disruptive ideas, on your price and technology and, products and processes, whatever you are into.
Yeah, Mr. Rajpal, I'm Rajesh.
Hi.
Hi. Just one question. As much as your platform, aggregates innovative solution providers, does it anywhere have information solution providers? Information as a solution. It could be any market research dimensions and consumer insights and things like that.
Yeah,
Do they
aggregate? In every channel that we have made an attempt to provide that also. So there would be, I'm very sure, because we have taken care of this. For example, if it is the smart automotive solution providers, there are many of the informations which are available at the end. There are certain blogs and there are certain information channels that we have provided to you. So it is definitely there. I'll have to exactly figure out as to where it is, but we have provided that. I know we have done it, and I can tell you, for example, the health tech solution providers, I think there was so I think the top 10, 100 digital health companies and infographic directory, I think. Yeah, so we do ensure that we provide you with that kind of a research also. So the last item that talks about the directory of the 100 digital health companies, which could be of great value and interest to you. As you click here, you can go and find out.
Okay. Or it can be further customized to any request of such a type?
Yes, very much. So if you can, if you need something in this area, any area, our research team will definitely provide you with the complete information that you need today. And there is a very good platform that we have here today. For example, when you go to the resources section, from the technologies, the technology transfer offices, which are there, most innovative universities in the world. So the direct linkages to them have been provided. So if you want to, let us say today, talk to MIT for a research work in the field of artificial intelligence that they have already done with, you can simply visit the portal where they have displayed all these technologies. So you can explore what these MIT technologies are. You can view the technologies. And in the areas that you're looking at, anything that you want today, is available.
I can see health IT there.
Yeah, so
that
you can actually,
or data mining.
Absolutely. So all the areas, which are over there, are simulation and modeling, for example, or the health IT, anything that you want, you can see the computation platform in the silico combinatorial sequence space, and how they're addressing that challenge. Who owns the technology? How is it that you can get that? If you have any questions. So we have made every attempt not only to connect you with the world's best, most innovative universities, but also with the most, the world's largest research institutions where so much of work is going on. And also to the setup where if you want something specific, there are many technology scouting companies today, right? I mean, for Frost and Sullivan, I mean, if you want to spend a lot of money and do that, they can probably help you. But it is, instead of that, you can actually explore the platform that we have, but you can somehow also use this platform if your need is very specific. So I think the whole platform is very informative, and it provides you with a lot of insights for all your needs. And as I said, the interactive map of the global innovation startup systems. One click and you can simply go on whatever needs you have. You can simply click on the startups and look into any areas, I mean, filtration by the industry, which can be done. So I can go here and let us say the health, and I will be given immediately the list of, the companies that actually I'm looking at. So that is, I think, a very important, and you can say show, and it starts loading all the startups. You can go in any area, you can go to Gujarat and find out, you can go to Mumbai and see what is the filtration, who are these companies who are coming up, right? So in the area of Thane or, so all these, I think many of these ideas for the research will be very important. So the reduction of the research cycle time, partnering with them, getting the ideas, iterations. That's what I'm saying.
Dilip here. I'm specifically from API. Would like to ask you, because I have not seen some of the research is there, but specifically chemical molecule research, the information on that.
Yes, the entire chemical sector, has been covered, because pharma and chemicals are very much related. And if you see the accelerators that we have on the very first mind map, but I can show you directly here also, the accelerators which are there by the chemical companies today, and how all these companies like Dow and BASF and DSM and Suez Group, the kind of collaborations. Maybe you have done some research today, maybe you have done some kind of work today. How do we connect that work to the world's best organizations who are dealing in this industry, and how you can earn money from the licenses or from the technologies that you have created? It's not just about getting the outside in perspective. So these organizations, they are looking for partnering with many of the companies today, and you can go and explore them. The complete chemical open innovation space is in front of you. So Evonik, for example, so you accept it, and then the insights. So they are providing you with more information and insight into the new technologies. Website is a little slow, but I can still see if they can. Yeah. So what are we looking for? Where do we invest? And the areas that they need the solutions. Everything is mentioned over here. So let us say the advanced food ingredients is one of the areas that they have, and you can click over here to see cosmetic solutions, as Madam rightly said. So all I think chemical and pharma is very well connected, and this ecosystem will provide you with direct linkages with them to create Bayer, for example. So all these Bayer partnership with the companies in the new areas of innovation. So they are collaborating with the technology providers and people. So chemical, yes, is very important part.
Anything specifically on simplification of unit operations? kind of modifications, simplifications, maybe automations?
Yeah, there are many such channels over here, so it depends on if you are looking for simplification of the processes and automations. So accelerators are there by robotics and the automation companies. You can go and click here. For finding out the solution provider, you can go to the smart manufacturing section and find out as to what exactly is your pain point and tell them to resolve. So everything is there in this. It's a you can call it an encyclopedia actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this knowledge or encyclopedia, as what you said, mentioned very well, has given us immense happiness this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Rajpal. This is very,
madam.
very interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, madam, and look forward to a wonderful association. And I wish you great success and everybody, all the best in all their endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sanjay, for organizing this.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sanjay.
Sanjay.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for very nice sessions.
Thank you.